welcome back to Raya's World. Today we're gonna making glycerin soap.
So out here we've got our glycerin soap base. Why don't you open that up to show what it looks like? Okay, we've got some special
food coloring.
Right, coloring special for the soap. We've got
some little beads.
And we're gonna put those inside each of our soaps, so there's a fun prize at the end of it.
This big measuring cup.
That's where we're gonna be melting our soap in. And
maybe I'll use a small one.
And some molds.
And just some molds.
All right, so what we're gonna be doing first is taking this base out of the plastic container and cutting it with a knife along the scored edges. So you're gonna need an adult to help you with that component. All right, so we cut up along the scored lines, cut up our soap base, and we should correct ourselves that this is actually a shea butter soap base, not glycerin. We did glycerin last time, and I have to say it's really satisfying to cut. It's
and
super
see
soft.
That it said something.
It kind of looks like a marshmallow, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, but it doesn't taste like one.
No, and you cannot eat it.
So we have 3 different soap colors, so I think we're gonna make 3 batches to pour into our molds.
Yes.
The first color it looks like we're gonna use is green, but before we add in the coloring, what the second step is to put the soap base into a measuring cup that's microwavable like we've done here. And we are going to microwave it on high for 30 seconds and then in 10-second intervals until it is totally melted. All right, so we're gonna start with 30 seconds on high.
Here you go.
So we microwaved it for 30 seconds and this is the consistency you have right now. Ray is giving it a little mix and now we're gonna do 10-second intervals until it gets nice and liquidy. All right guys, so look at our consistency now. Almost
chunks.
Complete liquid, just a few chunks. We did 30 seconds plus 10 seconds, and now we'll probably just do one more 10-second to have it totally liquidy. Okay, so now comes the fun part. It really kind of looks like frosting. It's very satisfying. Wait 1 second, honey. So now that we've got total liquid, mix it just a couple more times to make sure there's no chunks in there. Now comes the fun part. You can add in your desired coloring, and if you want any smells, if you like using essential oil in your soap, we're going to add some of that in as well right now. So just go ahead and put that on the table. I think our first batch here of the shea butter soap is going to be green, so we're going to add in a couple drops of our green coloring. Now this soap coloring you can get in the aisle of soap making at your local craft store, right next to where you get the shea butter or glycerin soap base. Yes, mix it up till you get your desired color.
That might be a little bit too light.
Okay, you can add a little bit more. Go ahead, you can keep that in there while you mix. Okay, so we've done 7 drops now. That's good, honey. Now mix. Nice. I think that's a pretty good color. Mix, mix, mix. Kind of a creamy green. Okay, now what essential oil are you going to make this one?
Lavender.
You might want to make it peppermint so the green is peppermint. No? You're going to do lavender? Okay.
No. Peppermint.
Peppermint, okay. Peppermint's a nice...
Green.
That's a lemon. Oh, you had peppermint after all, honey.
This was
Yeah, that's peppermint. Okay, that's good. A little drop of essential oil goes a long way. That's more than enough. You only want about 5 or so drops of the essential oil.
Now mix.
Mix, 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 mix. And once you have it totally mixed, what you're going to do is get an adult to help you with this part because it's pretty hot. We are going to be pouring it into our soap molds.
Can you put it into this mold?
Sure, and then we're going to be putting our fun little beads and trinkets inside of there.
I think for this one, I want to put in the elephant.
Okay. Okay, so we poured our shea butter soap, green tinted and spearmint flavored, I guess, into our soap molds here. And what we learned is the shea butter soap hardens up really quickly. So what Raya found out is that it actually functions a little bit like slime. And since we're kind of slime heads over here and love finding different recipes, that's always fun to know. It feels really, really fun, kind of like a stress ball on your skin. So she's playing around with it.
And I'm making it into a ball.
Yeah, kind of like Play-Doh.
You can like kind of put your thumb in it if you want to do like polka dots or like designs. But you can make it into any shape.
Yeah.
If it gets really like this. Mommy, when the pink is dried up, can I have a little bit of that color?
So what we're going to do now is make another batch.
It's like we're making colorful, like, hot Play-Doh.
Right. So we're going to make another batch right now of our shea butter soap. In the chunks, we're going to microwave it again, 30 seconds and a couple 10-second intervals with stirring. And we're going to put our little beads and trinkets in there and color it. So we just did our next batch of microwaving, and I have to say that we put a lot more of our chunks in this time, and it did take longer. It was about 3 30 seconds followed by about 3 10-second intervals.
I want this to be pretty dark, but not like that dark.
So what color are you going to make this batch?
Pink.
Beautiful, beautiful. The shea butter definitely is a different consistency than the glycerin, and it's drying really, really quickly. Here's Ray's little shea butter Play-Doh ball that we decided. You adding another drop?
Yep.
And is this going to be lavender flavored? Or scented, I should say, since we're not eating it?
Lemon.
A lemon?
Yeah.
That's really, really pretty. It looks pastel-y. The shea butter makes the colors look pastel-y. Okay, well, the lemon essential oil is the yellow one right there.
This is kind of green.
So put maybe just 5 drops in. And as you can see, we put our little beads or trinkets in our molds already. So when we pour our soap in, they'll be nice and securely in there. Okay, great. Mix it around. And then when the soap is all done, whoever has it can end up with a nice little bead. Last time we put ocean-themed animals in, I think, and that was fun too. So we're on our last batch. This one's going to be purple, and Raya decided she wanted kind of a rainbow or multichromatic soap, so we poured just half of a pink mixture in these two, and we're going to fill the rest with purple. As you can see, it's hardening pretty quickly. This one's a little chunky because we played with it a little bit before we poured it in. But there's also some bubbles on here. You can prevent those bubbles by letting the soap mixture cool a little bit before pouring it in.
I'm going to see what happens if I add this in like one drop.
And you can also prevent the soap bubbles by spritzing a little rubbing alcohol on top of the soap. So Raya is kind of spritzing or pouring a little rubbing alcohol on top of our soap to get rid of those pesky bubbles. No, you don't have to pour it in there. We put it in this mustard container because we couldn't find a spray bottle, but it works. All right, so now we just let it harden. We poured the purple on. You can kind of see those multi-layers there. It's really cool. Anywhere there was some additional room, we just poured the purple on top, and I think that's going to make the soap really, really pretty.
We can make these like ice cream sundaes.
They do. They kind of look like ice cream bars.
Yeah.
We might put a little bit more rubbing alcohol on top to get away those bubbles, but everything's looking really good. So generally, I'd say we're going to let these harden and cool for about 40 minutes. And we'll check back then.
Hi, welcome back to Raya's World. I'm going to cut out these, and you saw the video right when we were making these. So now we let them dry overnight.
Well, not overnight, but for a couple hours. We let them harden.
And they harden pretty quickly, but we let them harden a little bit more. And I'm just giving them some texture.
Okay. And now we're going to really gently cut along the edges just to kind of pop them out of there. And then we'll turn them over and get them out and see what we have. Yay, look at how beautiful our soaps turned out. They just look great. They're multichromatic, different colors at the bottom and top, and they're super soft, and they're going to work just wonderfully. So thanks so much for visiting us here at Raya's World. We will see you next time.